In a previous review we looked at the Sandvik DR412i blast hole drill, and in this review we look at its bigger brother, the DR412i. The model comes packaged in 2 layers of outer shipping carton, and this is the inner layer.
Let's weigh it up. The
heavy lift hand cranes lower it onto the weighbridge, and it comes in at about 18 pounds 4 ounces or 8.27 kilograms. Opening up the inner shipping carton, you get the first sight of the box inside. This one came with a simple instruction sheet, and the box itself is wrapped in film, and there's some information about the real machine, and the model's made by 6 scale models. The model box is big, and when we open it up we can see that there's a Perspex display case inside, and it's also so nicely wrapped it seems a shame to unwrap it. Anyway, I will unwrap it so you don't have to. There's a few tabs to undo at the bottom, and then we can raise the display case off. And with that done we get to 2 plastic formers which are held together with poppers, and they prevent the model moving during shipping. After that we can put the display case back on so we can see the model as intended. Next, let's take a quick look at the instruction sheet, and it describes the main features of the model, with warnings that of course it is very delicate. Starting with the display case and its nice thick high quality Perspex. The model is mounted on a high quality base plate, and there's a nicely etched nameplate for the machine. So here is the model with the display case removed, and what we'll now do is detach it from the base plate. The instruction sheet warns that this is really at your own risk, but in practice it's easy enough to do, and as long as you hold the model carefully whilst you undo the securing screws, it shouldn't be a problem to remove the model.
Let's weigh it up again.
This time we'll weigh the model on its own, and it's just over 2 pounds 3 ounces, which is just over 1 kilogram. For the detail we start underneath, and you can see that the structure is modelled very well, and that's because it's made from a piece of CNC milled aluminium. The metal tracks have triple grousers, and underneath is the nameboard for 6 scale models. Moving on to the front of the machine, and again you can see the structure is faithfully modelled. With the model right side up we can see that the track frames are very detailed, and they include highlighted lifting loops. All of the roller locations are pinned. The stabilisers have nice metal pads, but sadly the pistons are not smooth. You can see there is fire suppression equipment at the back, and a particular high point are the metal handrails which are very straight. The huge radiator enclosure at the back has an excellent mesh grille, and there's another excellent access platform. Another high point is the superb mesh walkways, which are perfectly see-through. The engine equipment is made up of a large number of different components, and the colour match across the various materials used is excellent. There are twin exhaust pipes with caps, and more top quality etched grills. The cabinet has highlighted handles, and the high standard of walkways and handrails continues towards the front. The hydraulic rams have plastic jackets, and here you can see that the stairs have a really nice tread pattern, and these high quality details are also present on the access stairway. The roof of the cab has a realistically modelled beacon light, and you can see what looks like an air conditioner outside the cab. There are windscreen wipers and modelled doors, and through the big windows you can also see the detailed interior, including this console and the rack mounted on the cab wall. Underneath the drilling platform there are very nice rubber skirts, and up on top there is a small deck crane which has some graphics applied. There's a big flexible hose which looks like it runs to a dust collection system, and the mast is made of fine laser cut metal. It also has hydraulic pipework and lots of etched mesh grills, and it all adds up to a very finely crafted appearance. Excellent metal handrails run the length of the mast, and there's a full set of hydraulic connections to the rotary head. The chain drive system for the rotary head is fully modelled. For the features, we start with the crawler tracks, and they roll easily enough by hand. And as usual, they're tensioned by a spring-loaded idler. And as you can see, there are working rollers. There are 4 stabilisers on the machine, and they can each be raised and lowered, and there's enough travel for the pads to be properly grounded. The hydraulic stairway can be lowered and raised, and there are 2 manual access ladders on the other side of the machine. Moving on to the mast, and it can be fully lowered to a horizontal position for tramming, although there's not enough friction in the hydraulics to pose angled drilling. The deck crane jib can be raised and lowered, but it doesn't rotate. And on the deck, the pipe clamp can be moved in and out of position. The chain drive system on the rotary head has been implemented really well, and you can fully lower the rotary head. But of course, to do that you need to have space for the drill itself to go into.
Time for a dim check.
Let's get the tape out and measure the overall height of the model, and it's just over 20 inches or 50 centimetres. If you're lucky enough to have a set of Sandvik figures originally made by Conrad, you can set up a custom pose. And for that we'll set the mast at an angle for angled drilling, but because the rams are not stiff enough we'll have to do a little bit of a bodge job, and we'll just insert a random screw to hold the pose. We'll lower the stairs and then add a couple of our Sandvik figures. This is another extremely high quality model of a Sandvik blast hole drill by 6 scale models. It has been made in very low numbers, so a variety of production techniques have been employed, and the result is a very highly detailed model. If you're interested in getting one, there's a link in the video description below, and this is certainly a top drawer model which easily rates as being excellent.